Thank you for joining us for another episode of People of JLL with Trish Gordon. Thank you. And I'm here with my guest, Maroun Deeb, and he is going to tell us about his experience with JLL. Maroun, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Trish. It's my pleasure to be with you.
Oh, we're so excited to have you and to hear more about your experience. Can you tell us a little bit about your role at JLL and what preceded you joining the firm? What your background or experience is?
Thank you, Trish. I graduated with an architectural degree 20 years ago, and I did master's in construction law before coming to TSA. I've been in Saudi Arabia for the past 20 years, working with consultants in the construction industry, working on one of the most, exciting projects in the region. I was very fortunate to be here for that long. I'm very fortunate also to see the tremendous change over the past couple of years.
So tell us more about that. Tell us more about how the opportunities have grown around you.
You're talking about Saudi Arabia, you're talking about one of the biggest construction pools currently in the Middle East. I remember when I first joined JLL 7 years ago, the team was focused on corporate real estate. We had a team of around 20 resources, and we were able to grow our team to become around 350 project and cost managers in KSA. We're working with the public sector, private sector. We're involved with a lot of the giga projects. It's the land of opportunities. There's a lot of exciting opportunities around us, especially when it comes to construction and greenfield projects.
That's amazing. So, you've had a lot of opportunity. Tell me more about how JLL has positively impacted your work experience specifically.
Absolutely. JLL is a great place to be at. I consider it as a school or university by itself. It's almost working for 7 different companies in one. And you have always the ability to tap into the knowledge and information and the resources whenever needed. It does enhance your development management capabilities. It does enhance your real estate knowledge. It's not limited only to project and cost management. That has got about 360 degrees of the real estate cycle.
So tell me about how you've taken advantage of these opportunities within JLL and how your personal growth journey has been.
We have been involved with a lot of these projects. The clients are looking at a consultant that will come and solve all their issues, which is the end-to-end solution. And JLL is one of the few organizations in this region, in the world, that they can provide multiple services, and they can take the clients from day one to project handover. And we've been involved with a lot of these clients when it comes to the public investment fund and their subsidiaries as well. We've been working with a lot of the companies and projects and organizations to provide multiple services, not only limited to project management. We start with valuation, strategy consulting, to the leasing, to the capital market, to the property management. So all these services, JLL is able uniquely to provide it to the client as one company, as one line of contact.
You're so right. We do a lot here, don't we? So tell me how, you said a lot about how the business has grown, and I'd like to hear more about specifically how the business in Saudi Arabia has grown.
Wow, you're talking about Saudi Arabia. Massive change over the past 5 years. We've seen, since announcing Vision 2030, a huge transformation in the country, huge construction boom. The economy keeps growing. People are moving to KSA from through every single country globally and regionally. And we can see the opportunities are only starting. And when I talk about Saudi Arabia, I talk about programs and bigger projects like NEOM, for example, which is one of the biggest construction projects currently under construction. And we can see some of the parts also being delivered as we speak. We talk about projects like the Red Sea. We talk about projects like CAF, King Abdullah Financial District. We talk projects like DGDA, the Area Data Authority. These are giga projects, unique. You don't see them, happening every now and then. And KSA is actually leading currently the construction industry in the region and leading the change globally, I can say.
So why don't you share with us a few of your project examples that you are very excited about?
Yeah, I mean, again, 350 resources in KSA working on a range of projects. I think the good thing about it is that we're balanced. We're working with the government sector, but also the private sector. We have also our corporate clients, so we're not limited to a size. Our projects range from, delivering one of the biggest construction sites when you talk about new cities. And also we deliver a small set of projects for our corporate clients. So we don't have a small or a big project. A client is a client. We are here to help them and to support them, and they're all important to us. But I think what's unique about KSA is, looking at the future and looking at the construction boom and looking at the market and the ability. And I can see clients are actually coming to companies like JLL, seeking our advice, seeking our support to solve the issues when it comes to supply chain. And they're looking at the international experience, our reach back to our colleagues that are based in the States or in Europe, to be able to see the added value that we bring to the table. And we're very fortunate with JLL that we do have this option. And we're a massive company with 95,000 employees globally. And we can always go back. And recently, we've been asked a lot about sustainability, carbon zero. That's something that a lot of clients are asking questions about. And JLL is well positioned to be able to provide the right advice to these clients and help them with their strategies moving forward.
Speaking of that, Maroun, I'm sure you have a lot of opportunities with all the growth within PBS and JLL in Saudi Arabia. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about those opportunities and what someone who might be considering moving to Saudi Arabia to work on these fantastic projects might experience?
Absolutely, Trish. We keep growing. That's our aim. We're growing what we call in the markets, which is working with fit-out projects, working with project and cost management. That's something which we have a lot of private sector clients. We have a lot of corporates that we serve under these service lines, but we are also expanding a lot when it comes to programs. And programs is where we have these giga projects that are happening in KSA. And we have a big pool of resources working not only in Riyadh, in one area, which is the capital, but also we have projects in Khobar, we have projects in Jeddah, we have also a team at Neom. So we're very excited about what's happening. The opportunities are there. So if anyone is interested to work on a big scale construction, if anyone is interested to challenge himself, to get out of his comfort zone and think about the new trends in construction, to think about solutions when it comes to supply chain, to think about solutions when it comes to procurement, how we can help our clients, even to attract contractors and bring international contractors into the market, then this is the place to be. This is the opportunity now. And I think for the next at least 5 years, it will continue to grow.
And so what could someone expect if they were to move there to work on these projects?
I mean, it's a great place to be. I can talk about Saudi Arabia because I've been here for 20 years. This place is rich in culture, rich in history. There's a lot to learn about. There's new things to experience and to learn about it. Saudi Arabia is now shifting into diversifying from the oil, and they're opening a lot into the tourism industry. They're opening a lot into the entertainment industry. So the expectation these days are very high, and people are actually the ones that are moving here are really impressed, and they have different expectation maybe before they move. But once they come and they work and live in TSA, they find it really fascinating. It's the people that you find in this country. You're not looking at one type of people. There's a lot of nationalities, and everybody respects each other because this is the basis of Saudi Arabia and how people are operating in this country. So again, the expectations are really, really high.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of People of JLL. I'm your host, Trish Gordon. We'll see you next time.